What's going on, guys? And today, man, we're going to be making another tier list based on the newest update. With the addition of upgrades and perks, a lot of monsters actually struggle to wipe lobbies consistently now. So without too much talking, join my Discord, link in description, subscribe, and let's get straight into this banger, man. Vapor is up first and is going to be in D+. With the addition of perks, Vapor is unarguably the worst monster in game right now. I only have him at D+ and not D because some players can still do good with him. He has outdated skull AI that consistently gets stuck on terrain and is heavily countered by upgrades such as Invincible or Rewind. Though he is getting a rework, so hopefully he is substantially better when that time comes. Rosemary is going in B- for the same reasons that she didn't get any buffs with the addition of perks. She's still a heavy rushdown monster that's practically unstoppable if you get within Sightless Essence range, which also counters the cloaked ability. But when things like clarity exist, especially against a monster whose gameplay revolves around ambushing the enemy, she is really struggling in this update. Not to mention she is still just as loud as ever. Baldi is going in B+ because abilities like Energy Burst and Rewind genuinely make him hard to wipe with. He's still the same single target focused monster where the only way to escape him is to break his line of sight, which is hard because of anti-hearing tape. So while he's not terrible, he's definitely worse in this update and could definitely use some buffs to help him. Maybe give him his little slide back. I know Blade slowed down the slide, but honestly to keep up with these survivors he kinda needs it because these abilities, Clarity, Invincible, Rewind, Energy Burst, all this, Double Down, all this genuinely makes him annoying to play. Aloni is going in S- tier because these upgrades don't really affect his ability to literally destroy every lobby. Yes, it's obvious to know when Aloni is targeting you, but it hardly matters because he will outstam you and outrun you. You can only delay your death against him, not avoid it. And for some reason, Blade buffed him, making it so he can stick to survivors if he lands the first hit, buffing his sprint speed to 22. The only reason I won't put him S tier is because he isn't unstoppable, but he's still extremely strong. Fogghorn is going in B- because of the same reasons. He struggles more against perks than other monsters. Abilities like Super Slide, Energy Burst, or even Cloak makes playing him a headache. Remember that Fogghorn is an all-in type of monster. Once he uses both of his resources, the chase is over, and he's forced to reset. If he misses the first hit, the chase is already done for, unless someone triggers his Foggy Stare, which is sort of unlikely. EXE is going in C+, and I know that's going to upset a lot of you, but the only reason I put him here is because EXE has the hardest time catching someone in Last Man Standing. The buffs he received are nice, but the upgrades pretty much make those buffs irrelevant. He has the same problem he has always had. His setups take too long, and it's too easy to avoid on most maps. During Last Man Standing, you're spending so much time trying to cut off that person's escape routes that by the time you're done, they've already moved to a different area, and you have to hope that they run back to the other area where your setup is. That being said, in the right hands of someone who is a master at EXE, you will still consistently wipe. This character isn't horrible, but he's just not good enough to consistently wipe higher level lobbies. Samsonite is going in C tier for the same reasons I say in every tier list. He's literally just bad. That's really all there is to it. It's easy to predict and tell which door he's going to come out of. It's still very easy to avoid him fully. The Uncle's Wrath buff is very helpful, but because of the distance survivors normally have against him, it doesn't really do that much. Uncle Sam is a monster that stomps when there's more than 8+ people alive. But the lower that number gets, the harder it gets. Especially during Last Man Standing. I mean, just look at this clip and tell me Uncle Sam is a good monster. Just look. Springtrap is going in B tier. I've been consistently dying to him every single time I go against him. His axe throw is way better now, and he seems to be able to easily catch survivors. I don't know what changed, but it's something about ventilation for some reason that it's almost frying me sometimes. I don't know. And his new dog watching skin is so quiet it's not even funny. If you play Springtrap, you need to use this skin. You're gonna win every time. He's not amazing and unstoppable, and clarity plus energy burst is definitely gonna cook him, but even still, he's way better than before. MX is undoubtedly one of the best monsters in pillarchase right now. He got his turning charging demise back, and the pow hop rework is arguably better than the one before. He's faster than survivors, and there's really no upgrades that counter him. Clarity plus cloaked is your best options against MX, or double down because double down is just OP against every monster. Invincible doesn't work because he can simply use charging demise to trigger it. Rewind doesn't work because of his crazy agility and speed, and he's hardly map dependent. The Forest King is also going to be an S tier. Because of their new rework, they're even more fun and potentially more overpowered than their previous state. Rooted Barricade sets you up for Royal Entanglement and Lurking Facade, and each ability is amazing even on its own. This monster is overtuned with or without the sliding mechanic. Forest King is sort of a mid-high skill ceiling with an extreme high reward. Nautilus is going to be at A+ for now because of his new changes. Stamina being increased to 40 and Godly Leap being more controllable makes him a pain to go against. The only reason he isn't higher is because of Cloaked and Energy Burst does give him a hard time. Normally he'll waste all his stamina trying to engage in a chase just for someone to Energy Burst away from him, and by the time he has all of his stand back, the speed debuff on the survivor is already worn off. Wist is going in B+ tier because of the changes made to his gobble bombs actually made him worse. The setup takes way too long before you can actually shoot them forward. By the time you've lined it up, the survivor has already broke your line of sight. When he's out of frenzy, the gobble bomb has this animation that makes it a pain to even try to land. The whole frenzy stand regen on activation buff that he got doesn't exactly help him out either. So right now, especially with perks, Wist is not in a very good spot. You might be surprised to see Vita Mimic so low, but the more I play this monster, the more I realize how important the initial attack is. If you miss on Vita Mimic, you will not catch your target, which means aim plays an extreme factor. Not only that, Elder Ascension is loud and obvious, and Animalistic Instinct isn't all that good either, and sort of has this long startup, and the ESP is kinda awkward, or highlight as I should say. But Vita Mimic is loopable in most cases because of clarity and energy burst. So with that being said, Vita Mimic is A+ tier. Fuadi is S tier for very obvious reasons. Silly Rush is still overpowered. Oni Vision is one of the best highlight abilities in the game. His lunge attack is insane for chases, and then he has a classic skin that makes him damn near a ghost. The upgrades don't matter, he still dominates every lobby and has extreme high potential to be the best monster in the game. I kid you not, this little purple demon has been torturing this game for a whole year. The anniversary wasn't that long ago. Well, I guess Fuadi hasn't been out for a year, but still, like, this character is insane. Please nerf him. Inkfeld is A+ tier because of the recent change to his Devil's Dive, Devil's Rage hitbox, and his portal change to where it doesn't despawn if no survivors are around. This monster is insane. The only reason Inkfeld won't make it to S- is because he's still mostly map dependent, and still struggles to get started on some maps. Also, the perks don't really affect him much. Devil's Rage and the Ink debuff saves him from a lot of effort. There's a lot of misconception around PCX right now. This monster has very high potential in the right hands. PCX is a high skill, high reward monster, where you have to make hard commitments and reads with your abilities to confirm kills. If you dare miss anything on PCX, it is detrimental. Missing his abilities pretty much guarantees the enemy getting away, and you have to restart the chase. It also goes without saying that the upgrades makes all of this much harder to pull off. With that being said, PCX is in a good balanced spot in A+. Jeff the Killer is B+ because he just can't really keep up with the perks like other monsters can. Clarity and Parry are strong against him, and even Energy Burst. The small buff to Jeff did help, but not enough to make him a contender to the higher tier monsters. Ambush/sneaky style monsters are a lot weaker in this update because of all the vision survivors have now, such as Stefano, Sixth Sense, Invincible, Beacon, and more. He is still very much valuable, but winning with him won't be as easy as you might think. Not to mention, he's still just as loud as he was on release, with like maniacal haste laughing, you know, his walk sounds, just everything. So with that being said, he sits in B+. Veilm is still a very strong monster even in this update. He doesn't care about any upgrades, they don't affect his gameplay hardly at all. Trickster's Truth counters Cloaked and does really good damage, and Demonic Illusion helps you stay on your target's back. His stamina does struggle a little bit, but his ranged attacks make up for it. There isn't much to say about this monster. It's very hard to escape his line of sight once he spots you, so with that being said, Veilm does sit in S-. Go play him for yourself, go find out, I'm telling you. This monster right here is actually cracked. Stricken is in B because custers just aren't that threatening right now. They're easy to find and avoid, but I will say that if you don't find the custards, you definitely won't survive because you'll just be taking tick damage the whole time and you'll be highlighted. Tank form is also still pretty mid. Rock throw is better than what it used to be, but it's honestly just really glitchy. It hits people through walls and has a wonky hitbox. This monster is still solid and I can see him being somewhere around A or even A+. But for now, I see him chilling in B because he can struggle with he can definitely struggle with trapping people with the custards because they literally just aren't threatening. And he's not fast enough to catch you before you remove it. Like, it's the same problems with a lot of trap monsters, just like EXE. The setup time just takes too long. But like I said, I can definitely see him being somewhere around A tier or maybe even higher in the right hands. Alright guys, that's going to be the end of this video. Thank y'all for watching, and let me remind you guys that this is strictly my opinion, meaning don't take it serious. Don't go in the comments crying, man, why you put vapor in, man, come on man, Wormsy. Bro, stop, just chill gang, just chill. But that's it, that's going to be it. I ain't got nothing else to say. Y'all already know what mixes to go. I ain't even, come on, I don't even got to go through this. Join my Discord, link in description. And also, I'm going to be hosting a lot of private servers. Once Blade drops that update with the commands, I'm going to be making a lot of videos with that. So if you want to be a part of that, make sure you join up in my Discord. I'm going to be announcing it there. That's all I got to say. No more yapping. MX still the GOAT. Subscribe, join the Discord, I'm not going to keep saying it. Y'all pissing me off. I'm not going to keep saying it. Anyway, I'm out, man. Make sure y'all stay blessed.